Namaste, Jai Bharat. This is something which I know personally and directly. That at least 50 years before, Bharat was working on missile system. It was working on missile system, of course, within the allotted budget, defense budget, which was given to Air Force. Those days, air defense was exclusively with the Air Force. This kind of air defense did not come into manifestation. So we had been aware, we had been working, and our scientists were enthusiastic, and our personnel were highly trained with the multiple layer of air defensing, which existed even then. And we did not have much wars with anyone to put these things into practice, but we were combat ready. And the one thing with Bharat is that we are not boisterous, we don't make loud noise, we don't speak that we do this, we that, etc. No. Such kind of statements don't usually come from our Bharatiya Sena or from the people of Bharat. Fundamentally, this is a nation with a Sanskriti, and several times I told you how Sanskriti is far different from the culture concept in English. Several times I told you, but see, maybe I shall speak again for someone who happens to see me here, hear me newly, that culture is refined human existence. Sanskriti is refined human existence with two additional properties. One, Sanskrit is based on a knowledge tradition, and in our case, it's based on the Veda-Upanishadic knowledge tradition, and with an inbuilt longing towards what is transcendental. So these two things makes Sanskrit much wider, richer, and intense as compared to a conservative culture. So we are based on Sanskrit. We are not boisterous normally, and we don't have any farthest notion of capturing the property of somebody else. What belongs to you shall belong to you. We don't want, and the only thing that when we are disturbed out of ignorance and arrogance, then we have to react. And our missile system had with the operations and the thinking towards missile system existed 50 years before I knew it perfectly. And of course, there were the funds were never low. At the same time, the funds were also not very excess. They used to fund in a normal way, and our forces, our scientists knew the available fund, and we worked within the availability of the flexibility of the framework of the funds, and we have achieved much success, which never goes out in public, which never goes out as stories or etc. It used to be the case. Now, if you remember, how will you remember if you know Mahabharata? If you know Mahabharata, then you can remember Arjuna, one of the greatest warriors in action, who fought Dharma Yuddha. Ideally, Bharat wants to only fight Dharma Yuddhas. Ideally. But reacting is entirely different from proacting. We don't go for proactions, even while reacting. Ours is a question of Dharma Yuddha. That is the ideal situation with Bharat. So we go for Dharma Yuddhas. And one of the greatest soldiers in Bharat war, that's Mahabharata, is Arjun. And the specialty of Arjun is agility, accuracy, and speed. These three things you find in our Yodha Arjun. And incidentally, he is also brother-in-law of none other than Dwaragadish. The Arjun's speciality is agility, accuracy, and speed. And remember, Arjun is not the only one with these abilities and capabilities. Karna, his own brother, eldest brother, is not less than him. But the speciality with Arjun is that he stood for Dharma. He was on the right side for righteousness with righteousness. That's what makes him further great. Karna is no less, and there are many other great warriors who are really not less than Arjuna, but nonetheless they fall short of this speciality of dharma. So our system, missile system, whosoever has conceived it, whosoever is used to be at the top of these things, one person, of course, we all know that was Abdul Kalam, Dr. Aukar Pakruddin Jainuddin Abdul Kalam, the director of DRDO once, and then, of course, formerly president of Bharat. South Indian. He was a visionary for missile. We used to call him Missile Man those days when he was in DRDO. Anyway, the stories about him is really, really enriching. One can think about it, one can read about him. A lot of information available about that great person. Selfless, detached, who is nothing short of getting called as Nishkama Karmi. So we had been investing our souls and minds in this kind of projects, not with the intention of destroying Pakistan. Pakistan was never in the list. In fact, no one is in our list. We don't want anyone saying anything. We are really trying to defend ourselves. So that's what air defense is all about. We know there are people with nasty position, nosy parkers with poking nose who would come into our frames, who we have to repel. So this missile system which Bharat is developing, Bharat is continuously developing missile system from then and now with the present Prime Minister of mine, things are actually supported, including emotionally, not merely financially, but through dharma, through emotions. The support from him is tremendous. That gives such kind of a strength to our soldiers, unimaginable kinds of strength it gives to us. Now, we have been developing many missile systems with all kinds of names, mostly names with intention, names with meaning, purpose. This Rudram series of missiles, Rudram 1, Rudram 2, Rudram 3, Rudram 4, all this is coming. There was an interview with the chairman of DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization, another South Indian, Samir Kamath, Dr. Samir Kamath, I forget his name correct, but Kamath is Kamath, of course, I remember, who gave certain speakable information about these missiles and also something about the Pinaka air defense system. These missiles are like the Arjun Bana or Ramabana, of course. Ramabana is still higher, much higher. The Arjun's Shastra, Arjun's arrow, it's accurate, precise, fast, and very agile, flexible at the same time. The accuracy and speed are two ingredients that makes a missile unbeatable. Just imagine a missile cruising at the speed of 5 Mach, definitely from 3 Mach to 5 Mach is incredible speed where you just can't intercept the missile. The speed, the time, the accuracy, all these things are amazing. 1 Mach is the speed of sound. 1 Mach is one speed of sound. 2 Mach is twice speed of sound. 3 Mach is 3 times the speed of sound, and 4 Mach is 4 times the speed of sound, and so on. So that's how they calculate the speed is 1 Mach, 2 Mach. So these missiles are between 3 Mach to 5 Mach, or sometimes even more. These missiles go, you can see it, but before even you dream of doing anything, it hits. It destroys. So these systems are very importantly, are not borrowed, are thought by ourselves, developed by ourselves, conceived, developed, manufactured, and put into practice by ourselves. This precisely is what we call Atma Nirbharata, self-reliance and autonomy. We are capable of producing, we are capable of using them, we are capable of creating them, and we are capable of sending them with utmost unbelievable, incredible accuracy, agility, and speed. This shall shake off enemy whosoever. At the same time, the one great thing with Bharat is that we don't speak that we do this, we do that. Not like some other country who would say blood will flow if you don't give us water. Of course, anyone can say such things, like jokers of old Hindi movies. But these latest Hindi movies don't even have jokers because they have been completely hijacked by radicals at many times. So the Bollywood scenario is different. These people exist in Bharat as non-Bharatiyas, most of them. They exhibit a kind of alien, spurious, unreal kind of characters. That's a different issue. In any case, I'm not very concerned about their existence. No, not at all. Not even for entertainment, I take them serious. So it's something like jokers who make such kind of statements and won't take them serious. Including some great people in the great world who say something and don't do it. So people don't take them serious. That's the end of it. So we shall meet again with some other thought. Till then, Namaste, Jai Bharat, Jai Siya Ram.